Welcome! It's been a while, but our political lords have blessed us, and we are back to discussing the exalted, the wonderful, the righteous, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, or how we like to call her, Alexandra Occasional Cortex. She made an oopsie last night, a very small brain move, and we're going to analyze it together. It's going to be fun. Let's get into it. Do you guys remember during the last administration how AOC and the libs were appalled at the kids in cages situation? Do you remember how AOC went to one of these facilities to get a photo shoot? Do you remember how she was wearing all white and she was crying and she was being very dramatic? She made a big show about it, but it turns out it was all CNN fake news because now her guy's in office and these pictures are coming out. You could argue that these pictures are more appalling than the ones during the last administration. Yet AOC, no word from her. I guess she's cool with it. Ted Cruz, similar to AOC, is pulling some political stunts. But unlike AOC, he's actually adding to the conversation by, for example, showing and taking video that was withheld from us by the current administration. Take a look at this journalism for one of our congressmen.
Please respect. Please give dignity to the people. Please give dignity to the people.
So you work for the commissioner, your senior advisor. You were hired 2 weeks ago, and you're instructed to ask us to not have any pictures taken here.
Please respect the people,
because the political
rules.
Leadership at DHS does not want the American people to know it.
Please respect the rules,
You keep
sir.
standing in front of the pictures, so
Please
you don't want the
respect the
pictures
rules.
taken. The rules are arbitrary, and
Please
they're
respect
designed
the
to
rules
keep
and
the
give
American
the people
in the
dignity
dark.
and respect. That's all we ask.
Well, no,
dignity
it's
and
not.
respect.
You're asking, is this
Please-
dignity and respect? Look at
Please
these people.
give
There's
dignity
a
and
pandemic.
respect to the people.
Let me ask you, there's a
I
pandemic.
respectfully ask you, sir.
There is a pandemic. Is
Full-hearted,
this respecting the rights of these
full-heartedly,
kids?
I ask you. Please
Are you
respect
respecting the
people.
rights of these
This
kids?
is not a zoo, sir. Please don't treat the people.
You're right, and this is a
As such.
dangerous place.
Please don't treat the
And
people
your
like
policies,
this. That's all I ask
unfortunately,
for you,
are
sir.
trying to hide them. I understand
That's
you
all
were
I ask
instructed
you.
when 18
I
senators
ask you
came
to
down
please
here.
respect the people, give them dignity
I
and
respect them, and I
respect.
want to fix this situation.
We all want to
and
fix
the
this, sir. We
administration
don't
you're
want
working
this to
for is
happen anymore.
responsible for these conditions.
Very nice, Ted Cruz. Maybe even courageous. Comment your opinions down below. But this isn't about Ted Cruz. This is about Occasional Cortex. And yesterday, she posted a video that may have been the dumbest thing she's ever said. And I know that's a high mark, but check it out.
They want to say, what about the surge? Well, first of all, just gut check, stop. Anyone who's using the term surge around you consciously is trying to invoke a militaristic frame. And that's a problem because this is not a surge. These are children and they are not insurgents and we are not being invaded, which, by the way, is a white supremacist idea, philosophy, the idea that if an other is coming in the population, that this is like an invasion of who we are.
Okay, first of all, gut check, stop. Second of all, let's take a look at the etymology of the words and see if they actually come from white supremacy. Let's see. Let's start with surge. The etymology of the word surge, late 15th century in the sense fountain, stream. The noun, in early use, from Old French surgeon, the verb partly from the Old French stem surge, based on Latin surgere, to rise. Early sense of the word included rise and fall on the waves and swell with great force. Insurgents, one who rises in revolt against a movement or its laws. From Latin insurgentenem, present participate of insurger, rise up to lift oneself, rise against, stand high, gather force. From in, against, or perhaps merely intensive, plus surge, surgere. So it's not coming from, it's two words combined. But, you know, AOC likes to play word games. But let's take a look at invasion. Invasion, mid-15th century invasion, an assault, attack, or entering of a country or territory as an enemy. From Old French invasion, invasion, attack, assault. From late Latin, invasionem, an attack, invasion, noun of action from past participle stem of Latin invadere, to go, come, or get into. Enter violently, penetrate into an enemy, assail, assault, make an attack up from in, vardere, and blah blah. None of these words come from white supremacy. They are used today to describe different things. But are we on an invasion? let's take a look. You got thousands and thousands of people coming in illegally, aka breaking the law, aka they come in and they're already outlaws. Second of all, we are supposed to be in a very dangerous pandemic, yet these people are not being tested and they're being let out into our country. So are we in an invasion? Yeah, I'd go for yes, Alexandria. We are. And it has nothing to do with white supremacy. Sorry. Last, since we're talking about how the libs and AOC like switching words around and using the term white supremacy a lot, I want to show you this story about ex-Senator Heidi Heitkamp. What a name. She called Gina Carano a Nazi and a white supremacist during Bill Maher's show, and Bill Maher, props to him, he pushed back. Check it out.
Mandalorian, what did she do? She liked something?
She was a Nazi.
Oh, that's different,
Yeah.
right? I'm thinking of somebody else. Well, she's not a Nazi.
She's a white. She's
See, look at
involved
that.
in white
You're calling
supremacy.
her in that.
She's called other people Nazis.
Right,
So
which
she's
is
the Nazi.
Okay, everyone's a Nazi now.
Yeah.
She does hang with white supremacists.
It's like a Mel Brooks
Does?
movie.
Yeah.
Hangs with white.
I suppose I'm now subject to defamation.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what your definition of white supremacist is. That also, the goalpost there changed a lot. Used to be a guy in a Klan hood who.
But I think
Now
we
it's a-
have to. I think we have to be really careful. There's two things the Republicans think they're going to get Biden on: cancel culture and this whole Dr. Seuss stuff that's going on, where they're reading Green Eggs and Ham, proving that some of these senators can actually read, and and immigration. And so we can't ignore the fact that we got Donald Trump was in part because of political correctness.
Again, props to Bill for pushing back. Remember when he used to have a show called Politically Incorrect? Maybe we're going back to that, Bill. I certainly hope so. But you may be asking yourself, what did Gina say or tweet to be called a Nazi or white supremacist? Let me show you. She tweeted this. Jews were beaten in the streets not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Nothing wrong with this. She's just making a, guys, stop hating your neighbor for liking Biden or for liking Trump. Stop. And for this, right through the coals, white supremacist Nazi. Now, what do you guys think about the situation? Do you think AOC made her dumbest comments yet? Do you think Ted Cruz is being brave or is being just political stunts? And what about the Gina Carano situation? Do you think she's a white supremacist? Or do you think she had a quite wholesome tweet? Comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. Like, of course, subscribe. And if you really have balls, share. Thank you for watching. See you next time.